Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Few things very important that I wanted to share with you, and the few things that I want to share with you, very important, inshallah. And this is for all of us to understand. So let me share my screen with you, and that way you know what is going on. So basically, this is the situation right now. Iran, Turkey, they are very unhappy with the deal. Before we talk more about this, if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing, because inshallah I make a lot of videos. I have updates about the current situation, the coming of the Mahdi, the Dajjal, Ya'juj and Ma'juj, the end of time. So again, if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So let's take a look at this screen, inshallah, then we can read from there. Basically, it says that Iran has said that the establishment of diplomatic ties between its arch rival Israel and the UAE is a stab in the back of all Muslims, while Turkey said UAE had betrayed the Palestinian issue. And there are a lot of actually articles. If you go to this Al Jazeera, you will see that people like countries from Turkey and UAE, Iran, they're actually criticizing UAE for the decision. Obviously, if you see Erdogan, he said that he may suspend ties with UAE over the Israeli issue. And will this happen? The question is, will Turkey actually do that? The answer remains pretty, it depends. If Turkey can afford it, depending on how much relationship they have in terms of finance, business, cross-border, businesses, things like that, it will determine if Turkey will have a how impactful it will be for Turkey if they cut ties off with UAE. Nevertheless, Erdogan, he did make mention, and subhanallah, like Erdogan is the only president that is with the Palestinian brothers and sisters, and also with the Muslims from other part of the world. And obviously a lot of you have actually asked me this question, whether why Erdogan has ties with them, with Israel, right? A lot of you have asked me this question. The answer to that question is that if Turkey doesn't have ties with Israel, then Palestinian brothers and sisters will not get any help. Because if you want to reach, if you want your support, your aid to reach to Palestine, it has to go through Israel, okay? And so if the relationship is being cut, then you cannot go to Palestine and help them, help the brothers and sisters there. You have to take a route that could be very dangerous and even illegal, because according to the international laws and things like that, you cannot just trespass a country. Turkey is considering suspending diplomatic ties with the UAE, withdrawing its ambassador after agreement between the Gulf state, and this is what Erdogan said. Turkish foreign ministry also said history would never forgive UAE's hypocritical behavior in agreeing such a deal, which recasts the order of Middle East politics, and Palestinian leaders denounced the announcement as a step in the back. Now, dear my sisters, one thing that I also want to share with you is going to be the hadith Rasulullah he mentioned about the fitan wa tazharul fitan, that at the end of the time there will be widespread fitan, corruption. Assalamu alaikum Muhammad wa alaikum assalam. Widespread corruption, and fitna will just be everywhere. And subhanallah, like the brothers and sisters in Palestine, they are going through that fitan all the day, every day. Every day they wake up, there is new problem, there is new issue, and this seems as to never stop. And to make things worse, dear brothers and sisters, now we are seeing that UAE really did something they should not have done. But this is nevertheless a sign that the coming of the Khilafa, the coming of the Mahdi, and I mentioned to you actually the other day about the ayat from the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised the believers that He will give them sakina, inshallah. He will establish them on land. وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, that He is a wa'da from Allah Azza wa Jal, that the believers will have their feet firmly grounded on the firmly grounded, their feet is firmly grounded, so that they will be able to practice their religion, and Allah Azza wa Jal will replace the fear that they're living right now in with something that is of peaceful and safety and security. And this is not what I'm saying, this is a promise of Allah Azza wa Jal as we talk about the Mahdi. Now, how Allah would do that? That will be a good question. How Allah would establish us on land? Obviously, one of the ways would be when Mahdi will come, right? He will come with adl and qist, and he will help the Muslims out, take them out of the situation. Another way could be, right now we have at least one country who is supporting the Muslims, which is in this case the only country is Turkey. No other nation, no other country is supporting Turkey or Palestine. It's just Turkey, nobody else. And through them we hope and pray that Allah will establish us on land firmly through them, because Turkey is a big player in the Middle East and also in Europe. They are their voices are very loud and clear that you cannot take advantage of the Muslims. And what happened in Myanmar, we have seen Turkey raise their voice. What happened in Pakistan, they help Pakistan. They have actually a very good relationship with Pakistan. What happened in India, they supported the Muslims there, and they said that Modi cannot do this with the Muslims. In other words, inshallah, one of the other ways that inshallah the Khilafa will be established could be through Turkey's help, countries like Turkey who will inshallah stand and support the Muslims. So take a look at some of the other news that we have. The move against Palestine is not a step that can be stomached, and this is what Erdogan said, that this is like a punch in the gut. And now Palestine is either closing or withdrawing its embassy. The same thing is valid for us now. Erdogan said on Friday, I told him, the foreign minister, he told him, we may also take a step in the direction of suspending diplomatic ties with Abu Dhabi leadership or pulling back our ambassador. Allahu Akbar. Like this guy, Turkey is, and Erdogan is really very, very compassionate to the Muslim and really cares about them. Under the U.S. broker deal, the first between Israel and Gulf Arab nation, Israel agreed to suspend its planned annexation of areas of the occupied West Bank. As I said yesterday, actually even some of you have mentioned this, that even if Israel said that they will not annex Palestinian land, but do you think that is going to be happening? Do you think that's what they will honor in the coming days? Of course not. In fact, they already said that all options on the table, because they care about their popularity. Okay, they want to remain in power. So if they come across weak to their own people, then they will not get the vote. And so even though yes, they made a deal with UAE, but doesn't mean they will have to honor it. As long as the country is benefiting from it economically from UAE, they will on the surface level say, yes, we honor the deal, yes, we agree with UAE and we are buddy, but in reality they don't have to agree with anything. And in fact, this will affect the popularity of Netanyahu in his country, and he is struggling with his popularity. And one of the reasons why he is in power is because he's a strong leader. That's how they see him. And so why he will bow down to a deal made to UAE, when UAE really in essence doesn't really matter. Like UAE doesn't really matter that much. Israel cares about Turkey more than they care about UAE, because Turkey had been a major power. They had Ottoman Empire. They ruled Jerusalem for a long time, so they care about Turkey more than anybody else, and they know that UAE and these other countries, they really would not be able to do anything, and this is why they come to this agreement with Israel, because they know they cannot fight. They're weak. They're weak leadership. They have weak leadership. Inshallah, you can leave a comment in the comment section below. I will talk to you soon again, and keep posted, keep leaving your comment, and if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you are new to this Facebook page, you can like this page, and I will see you soon again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.